or the phone that I'm using to play doesn't let you do apps and output at the same time. But I do have a way to display it, the webcam. So we will still be able to see. Yeah, it just might be a little different. And this is Ricky Robertson. He's doing art for the game. All right, so here's photo booth. And I will boot up the game. So just this quarter, actually, there was an augmented reality course that started at the fall under Professor Brian Schrenk, and I was really interested in taking it, and so I decided to. And between Unity and Qualcomm's Vuforia SDK, augmented reality is actually pretty simple to do. So just by starting simple things with that class of prototyping, and Ricky was interested in working on stuff as well, we decided to come up with a simple prototype at least. We've only been working on this for about a week. But I was just curious for feedback to see what you guys would think, and if it's something that's like their potential. At the very least, I think it's a cool toy that, again, I was looking for feedback on. So if you could try. Okay, we're with the camera and a camera. So here we are. We got ourselves. Again, I just have a marker right here on my on the desk here. And so what you do would be pull your fingers to open up the doors, and it's kind of this world inside. It's almost like a portal to another world in a way. And this was some feature of AR that I was really excited about, was being able to basically create non-existent spaces, or really interesting spaces in places that could not physically exist. So you basically have the ability to create a little garden here. And again, this is just a very basic toy right now, so there's different types. I'm going to be planting some mushrooms. And the red box is just a target for aiming. Again, temporary art at the time. And you can kind of, it's hard to see, sorry, bend around the walls and look into the world. And again, physically, augmented reality can do some pretty cool stuff. And this is all very simple through Unity and, again, Qualcomm's SDK.
What are you pointing the camera at, or what are you pointing your phone at?
My phone, it's just, there's a tracking here. It's just this. So I'm pointing at this, and again, through that SDK, you're able to then compose stuff into the world. And the idea with the cabinet was, there's a certain level of tracking it needs, so we're going to try to make an image that is a cabinet as well. And like, I don't know, my dream for it would be you put that image up like on the wall in your house, and you're just walking around with a picture of a cabinet in your house, and you go up to it with your phone, and there's a whole world inside, like right there, and having a bunch of those, I think it'd be some really interesting. Gotcha. I think I could create some really interesting space and such, and some little features I got going is if you tilt the phone up into portrait mode, I don't have a sprite for it yet, but it starts to rain. And it would essentially be growing plants and such. This is all just art. We don't have much animation in yet, but it would be grow and maintain a garden in that space. And to possibly doing some like real world persistent stuff. Like right now, the lighting in the world is based on the time of day. So I mean, it's the mid-afternoon and it's still pretty light out in there. It gets pretty dark when it gets to nighttime. So we got that going, and possibly doing other things like real weather pulling. If the person's hooked up to Wi-Fi or something, you can pull weather data, possibly impose that on the world too. So that's basically what we got. Again, we've been doing this for about a week now, and I just thought it'd be a fun toy to bring in and show you guys and see what you thought, if you have any suggestions, or that's basically it. What's up?
Have you considered doing something where you kind of would scatter these about a city or something like that, or public locations, and kind of have it be something that people can discover and interact with publicly, rather than have it be in their home?
So, as in like make it so, like go out to like some like restaurant or some place in the city and it would be there.
Right.
The thing is right now, the way that the SDK works is you have to submit the actual reference image that you're working with, and then they have some algorithm they do on their server, and they spit it back to you. And they have scripts in Unity that use that data to then track the image. So it's one of those things where if we could superimpose this in places, we'd have to go to that place, get a specific image, make sure it has the quality of reference for the Unity SDK to use. So it's definitely a possibility. I think that could be really cool. It's just a matter of if we could go to all the places I want it to be and
Well,
actually get
you
that.
could also throw up the same image in different places, so you would
Sure.
just need one reference image, and then kind of put that image.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying real pre-existing spots.
Well, that would be-
this part by the bean, or
Yeah.
go over to What's up?
So I was thinking it might be interesting if, say, you have this application and people can actually go and scan something that you find that everybody scans, so you don't look like a total weirdo, QR codes.
Okay.
And if I'm a person, I can scan one, and if it's never been accessed before, it sends it to a database and creates a new garden there. But if someone has been there before, you can see their garden.
Okay.
So that way, basically, people will turn QR codes into gardens around the city, and you can look at it and be like, oh, well, crap, someone already got this one.
So it could be almost like a small social network around an area. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, and it can be everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
And the same QR code, basically beginning the portal to the same place, like the same ad in different parts of the city will give you the same access.
That's really cool. We've talked about possibly doing some kind of social networking, or at least sharing gardens or going to other people's gardens. I think that could be really cool, so that's a really good idea. Anyone else?
Do you guys have a website?
Not yet. We're working on doing some kind of basic stuff, either just to put up our own student work. But there is a website for the actual augmented reality class. I think it's just argamedesign.com. I could try to find it, pull it up, and give it to anyone who's interested. You can follow the progress of our class as we just try to make some cool AR toys and games. Yeah. Anything else? Cool. Yeah, thanks.